A very sad story happened in Nigeria, but there's something to learn from it. Let's talk. A 28-year-old lady who went to get rice at Lagos Customs Office found dead in nearby morgue. Many people died because of Stampede. And by some accounts, 7 people, some even more, some are still missing, according to some accounts. And what happened? The government wanted to alleviate poverty and decided to share palliatives. They told people to gather and come with some identification documents and collect rice. Simple something. But a whole lot of people showed up. And in the process, I don't know how it happened, there was a stampede and some people died. Do you know how many stampedes have happened in Nigeria? Many, not just Nigeria, every country of the world. Last year, I made a video explaining how to survive a stampede, and some people were arguing with me in the comments. If this woman watched that video, maybe she wouldn't have died. And I want you to share this video. Please click this share button here and share this video. Somebody needs to watch this video and it's going to save their lives soon. I'm going to remake this video because of this kind of thing, because it happens often. Number one thing, since they gave birth to you, let me ask you, have you ever heard that a rich person died in a stampede? It doesn't happen. Have you ever thought of why? Because rich people don't join queue. I made a video about 2 months ago saying that if you ever find yourself in a queue, that means you're not rich enough. Rich people don't join queue. There's nothing like queue for. Have you ever seen a rich person standing in a queue waiting their turn? Except for photo ops, like a politician trying to contest for election. They carry cameraman and TV crew. Their security will hide by the corner behind the camera, then they will snap themselves, entering. Or they go to some of these big countries where there's no other means of transportation from one city to the other except train, and the train is safe enough. That's where you just run into them in a train. But you don't see rich people on a queue. So therefore, anywhere you are going in life and you see a very long queue, remember these things I'm saying. You're not supposed to be there. So if there's a large crowd, rich people know the day crowd. How many times have you seen Dangote in a crowd waiting to enter through a door? Or don't you want to be rich? You have to start behaving like the rich. So if you see a large crowd, don't join. If there's a queue system, simplest solution is once you secure a position, or you just go to somebody, say, I'm behind you. Then you move away from the queue. Go and find a comfortable seat and sit and relax. You'll be monitoring the queue. When it's almost your turn, you come and join. You don't have to stand there and be dragged. That's how Stampede starts. Or sometimes the management may not be good. Many churches, there have been many stampedes in churches. People are looking for miracles. Before you know it, they have found their grave in churches. Me, I've been in a stampede situation when I was younger. And it was an exam. We went to take an exam. And then they started directing us around. They will say in the school, this hall is where everybody should be. People will rush into the hall. They will now come out and say, no. If you are from this number to this number, move to this other hall. People will rush. In one of those halls, the hallway to enter the hall was narrow compared to the number of 1 quadrillion students that wanted to enter. The moment I put my head on more, it was so narrow. But then what I'm going to teach you about Stampede in this video, I already know it. Number one, if you are in a situation where there's Stampede, you should know that the pressure of the crowd is pressing up against you. First thing you do is lift your leg from the ground. You don't have to walk because the pressure of the crowd will be moving you. It's like you're on top of water. The only thing is that it's so much on your body. 2, put your hand on somebody's shoulder. Don't put your hand in between your legs. Your hand has to be above on somebody's shoulder. Why? So that if you want to fall, you hold somebody. Don't you ever fall. Whether it's stampede or street fight, anything a lot of people are doing around you, don't fall to the ground. Instead of you to fall, hold somebody. Hold somebody. No matter what happened, as you're falling, hold somebody, climb up. Once you go to the ground, that's RIP. Because the next person will step on you and that person will fall. The next person will step on that person will fall. The next person, like that. So rule number 1, don't even get into the crowd. Anywhere you see crowd, go and chill. There is nothing so important that the crowd is rushing to do that you can't get if you chill. Do you understand? Never get into a crowd. It's not your destiny. Except you don't want to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Rich people always think of an easier way to approach things. So don't get into a crowd. Wherever you see 1 quadrillion people, just know it's not for you. Then inside that crowd, lift your leg from the ground. The crowd will, the force of the people will just carry you moving wherever it's moving. Because when your leg is on the ground, it increases your chances of getting crushed, because somebody might step on you and then you start falling. Once you start falling, then sometimes it's people in front of you that will start falling. As those people are falling, it will now reach your turn to fall. Oh, don't follow. Hold hand, hold anything, but don't fall. Sometimes stampede happens in many ways. People die in crowd in many ways. There was one that there is a corridor, all right, in the 4th floor or something. There's a corridor. Now this corridor, the engineers that built it for a few people passing, thoroughfare, people just walking around. But something happened that hundreds of people climbed on that corridor. The corridor collapsed though. It collapsed. All those people fell 4 floors to the ground and died. That's why I said, if you see crowd, don't enter. Even if it's church. Even if it's whatever it is, football field. Once you see crowd, don't enter. Go and chill. There's nothing so important that a large number of people are going to do. Once you see a large number of people, that thing is not really important. It's not worth your life. So don't join a crowd. If you're in a queue and they are dragging, just leave them there. Just tell the person in front of you, I'm behind you. Tell the person behind you, I'm in front of you. Go and sit down somewhere. Let them do their thing. Once they are done, you come back. Shebi, I told you I'm behind you. Shebi, I told you I'm in front of you. Bam, you enter. Don't go and drag. Number 2, 99% of the dangerous things that will ever happen to you can be solved if you have enough money. I'm telling you the truth. If you have enough money, most things, it kind of shields you from most dangers in life. How many times in your life have you heard that a rich person had a car accident? Very, very rare. It happens, right? But extremely rare. Let's not even say a rich person. Let's say a politician, because we hear celebrities, they drive on their own, but let's say a politician that drives with entourage. The accident never really gets to them. It's either one person in their entourage has accident or the other person. It never really gets to them because of the number of cars that protects their entourage. How many times have you heard that a container fell on the head of a rich person? A car fell from the bridge and landed on the head. Very, 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 very rare. It happens, but very, very rare. So in life, as long as you're alive, you should be paying attention to financial knowledge. The money in your bank account reflects how much you know about money. If you don't know enough about money, you have low money. The more you learn about money, you have high money. So when somebody is on TikTok, on Facebook, or somewhere teaching about money, this is something you may not come in contact with in your daily life. You better pay attention, because the more money you have, the less likely that you will run into certain kind of life-threatening situations. RIP to the dead. But please share this video. Somebody needs to watch it and avoid stampede. And the way stampede happens, it can happen really, really fast. Really, that one I told you I experienced. Almost 14 students fainted. I don't know if there was a death case. In that hallway where I was stuck, we were there for like an hour. A hallway that would take you 10-15 seconds to pass. We were there for like an hour. Because at the end of the hallway, the door was normal sized door. Imagine students trying to squeeze through that door. Jeez. No way to go back. Why? Because more people are pumping into the hallway. We spent like an hour just trying to pass through that small hallway. People were collapsing. People were crying. I used to wear glasses then. My eyeglass was crushed. Do you understand? So, picture it in real life. Don't ever find yourself in a situation where there are so many people trying to get something. It's not for you. Don't risk it.